Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have more swatches for you from Blush Lacquer that I'm stoked about. These are phenomenal. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that right now. This is their Sherlock Collection. This releases November 3rd. It is based off the BBC TV series Sherlock, which I've never seen. I didn't know it existed. So there are 6 cream polishes in the collection, and then I'm also going to show you the November color of the month that Blush releases every month. Each of these polishes, including the color of the month, will retail for $9. The 6-piece Sherlock Collection will release for $45. So essentially you're getting one polish free if you buy the whole collection. In the description box below, I will link Blush Lacquer's Instagram page and their Etsy shop. I will also link my Instagram page where I will have more swatches of this collection, including individual video swatches. Also in the description box, I will leave like sales and coupon codes and all the good stuff that I have for you. I don't get paid anything to do these. It's just codes for you and sales for you. So 6 creams and then the color of the month, 7 polishes total, and we will go ahead and get started. So first up today is called The Woman, and this is described as a deep berry red cream polish. So here's our first coat of The Woman. This has a really amazing formula, so easy to use, so easy to work with. You will hear me repeating myself quite a bit through this video because all of these creams are just amazing. I didn't have any running or pulling or anything of that sort with these. So there's our first coat, and here's our second coat of The Woman. This one does cover completely in 2 coats, and it does deepen the color quite a bit. Depending on your application, you may end up needing 3 coats because this does have a tendency to end up patchy. These also dry very fast and very glossy. So there's 2 coats. Here it is with a matte top coat. Up next we have the Blind Banker, and this is described as a mustard chartreuse cream. There is a note here saying depending on your skin tone, it may lean more mustard, it may lean more green. On my nails it does have more of a green hue to it, but on the bottle you can see that it is more of a mustard shade. Here's our first coat of the Blind Banker. And this is another one that just has a spectacular formula, so easy to use, so easy to work with. It is just a little bit sheer in the first coat, but it does apply decently even. So there's our first coat, and here's our second coat of the Blind Banker. I did get a thicker coat on my pinky there, but this does cover completely in 2 coats. Depending on your skin tone, this might lean more mustard, it might lean more green, and I feel like mine is leaning a little bit more lime. So there's 2 coats. Here it is with a matte top coat. Next up we have the namesake of the collection. This is Sherlock, and this is described as a dusty midnight navy blue cream. Here's our first coat of Sherlock. Another one with a perfect formula, so easy to work with. I mean, these are not too thick, not too thin. It's just absolutely awesome. This one is just a little bit patchy on the first coat again, so I am going to go in for the second coat. So here's our second coat of Sherlock. This one does cover completely in 2 coats, and it is super pigmented, but it did not stain my nails. Again, they dry super fast and super glossy. Just a buttery smooth application. Here it is with a matte top coat. Up next we have Mycroft, and this is described as a dark charcoal gray cream. Here's our first coat of Mycroft. Oops. This one also has a really nice formula. I feel like it might be just a touch thinner than most of the other ones. There is one more in here that is just a little bit thin, but it's not difficult to work with by any means. It's just noticeably thinner than the rest of them. So it is a little bit patchy. I'm going to go in for a second coat. This one does cover completely in 2 coats for me. It also, on your nails, is a lot darker than it is in the bottle. I feel like on my nails it's more of a, almost black gray. You can tell it's gray, but it's leaning really close to black, and in the bottle it's more of like a dusty gray. So that's just notable. So there's 2 coats. Here it is with a matte top coat. Next up we have Mortuary, and this is described as a pale brown leading to taupe cream. Here's our first coat of Mortuary, which I might be saying wrong, correct me if I am. You guys never fail to do that. Thank you. This also has a really nice formula to work with. It's not too thick, not too thin. This is another one that has just an absolutely perfect formula. It is a little bit patchy on this first coat, so I am going to go in for a second coat. So here's 2 coats of Mortuary. Again, I got too thick of a coat right there, but it does cover completely in 2 coats for me. I feel like these would also water marble very nicely and potentially stamp very nicely. I might end up doing a demo on that on my Instagram page if you want to check that out. Again, this dries super fast and super glossy. So there's 2 coats. Here it is with a matte top coat. And last up from the Sherlock Collection, this is Watson, and this is described as a deep chocolatey brown cream. Here's our first coat of Watson. This is the other one in the collection that I feel like might have a thinner formula than the rest. Again, it's not difficult to work with by any means, it's just notably thinner. This is also a little bit patchy on this first coat, so I am going to go in for a second coat. So here's our second coat of Watson. And for me, this one did cover completely in 2 coats. Depending on your application, you may end up needing 3 coats. On your nails, this one just looks like melted chocolate, and it's absolutely beautiful. I seriously love browns like this for fall. So there's 2 coats. Here it is with a matte top coat. And last up for this video, we have the color of the month for November, and this is called Rustic Beauty. This is described as a rust-colored orange with a sparkling shimmer of the same kind of orange color. I don't know if you can see that. In some lightings, it kind of looks almost pink to me. Here's our first coat of Rustic Beauty. This one goes on nice and evenly. It is just a little bit sheer on this first coat, so I am going to go in for a second coat. This is so easy to work with. Very, very nice formula on this one. And the shimmer on this does translate really nicely to the nail as well. So there's our first coat, and here's our second coat of Rustic Beauty. And this one does cover completely in 2 coats for me. Depending on your application, and if you're a little bit picky, you may end up needing 3 coats. So there's 2 coats. So I really wanted to give my favorite to the Blind Baker. If it was a little more yellow, less green, a hint of brown, it would be just perfect. It's perfect formula, it's fantastic, it's a great color, but it is just a little bit more limey than I wanted it to be. So my favorite was Watson. This is beautiful. It's going to be absolutely perfect for the fall. It had an amazing formula. I really, really love this. That being said, I loved everything in this collection. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this collection. If there's anything you plan on picking up, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I'll talk to you again next time.